Welcome to the channel. Stanley is here and today will be a little unusual. Firstly, I'll be speaking English with you today, dear viewers, which is quite unusual for my Ukrainian language oriented channel, but fortunately for you and me, I know this beautiful language quite well. And secondly, today's topic has always been controversial in the community of certain game series fans. So, without further introduction, let's start. Today's topic is a comparison of the games Civilization V and Sid Meier's Civilization 6. For some reason, on English language YouTube channels there are a lot of videos from grumpy grandfathers who are whining and trying to bait the young audience into buying Civilization 5 and mostly pointlessly criticize the next game in the franchise. And this is very surprising and disturbing, especially when this small niche part of community appears on Reddit or other community centers and tries to impose this erroneous opinion again and again. So, let this be a guide for beginners in 2026. Which game should you buy, and is Civilization 6 really the best to buy and play in our time? Let's get it straight. We'll compare most aspects quickly and straightforward. So let's get started. Exploration. In Civ 6 there are many advantages to exploring territories and not just some huts, and practically zero disadvantages when you spawn near a city-state. Barbarians represent real power and can even demolish cities. The system of nature wonders of the world and ambassadors that you get one for free if you first find a city-state encourages players to explore. At the same time, in Civilization 5 there is no such bonus from finding a city-state. Barbarians are not such a force to destroy entire cities, and in general you are more worried about your neighbor expanding, not exploring territories. Especially considering that your workers spend many turns building some kind of buildings and there is no point in leaving them uncovered. So the game on the contrary encourages you to play defensively. Therefore the point goes to Civilization 6. City mechanics. Civ 6 cities are vastly superior. Districts are not empty slots inside a city, but an actual features on the map, which adds beauty and strategic depth to where you place them. Wonders of the world also appear physically on the map, instead of being hidden inside the city screen. So another point goes to Civ 6. Great people. In Civilization 5, great people are random and unpredictable. You could almost never guess when you will receive a powerful general or trader. In Civ 6 there is a clear system of great person points which allows players to plan ahead and even buy them sooner than they could. Another point to Civ 6. AI. In Civilization 5, with fewer mechanics, the AI feels slightly more competent, though it's still far from perfect. In Civ 6, the AI struggles more, especially at lower difficulties and especially in the late game, though mods can fix this partially. For new players, Civ 5 bots feel a little sharper, so point goes to Civ 5. Empire, happiness and growth. Civ 6 clearly wins. Why? Because it rewards expansion by giving bonuses instead of punishing players with severe global unhappiness. The scaling cost for builders, settlers and traders is a neat balancing mechanic in Civ 6. So happiness in this game mostly comes from luxury resources, housing, some politic cards and wonders. Simple and clear. In Civ 5 the global happiness system is awful, because every new city that you conquer or settle drags down your entire empire, wars become exhausting and you often feel punished for expanding, which is not good because it's a Civilization 4X game, expand explore. So another point goes to Civ 6. Graphics. Attention, do not show that to fanboys of Civilization 5, because in their age they can't worry that much, it's dangerous to their old age. Okay, Civ 5 has aged poorly in terms of visual, I will say it. Even if you consider calling that dark and silly trying in a hyper-realism as graphics. Civ 6 art style, it's brighter, clearer and more functional. It's much easier to understand the map at a glance. Stylized graphics age much better than pseudo-realism. This is good, but this is better. Another point to Civ 6. Unique features. Each game has mechanics we won't see again. Civ 5 deserves credit for city-states being more impactful. For example, red cities will actually give you units, not just bonuses for war, and other cities, other bonuses give you much more impactful. And the advisor system, when you have 4 advisors instead of 1, and more epic sieges. So point to Civilization 5. Gameplay improvements. Each civilization improves already old formula. So Civilization 6 has more victory times, more units, more mechanics, districts, wonder placement, and it plays faster thanks to builders finishing improvements instantly with limited charges, of course, instead of wasting 15 turns. Yeah, my builder can do 5 farms, but in that time in Civilization 6 my 2 builders can do all that, and yeah, they will disappear, but at least they will finish it all in 6 turns and not in 36. Civilizations have more unique features, and especially in Civilization 6 there are much more bonuses for each civilization, not just unique unit and 1 bonus. So another point goes to Civilization 6. Price. During Steam sales, Civilization 6 can drop as low as $1 or $1.25, sometimes even less than $1. Civilization 5 usually costs around $2.50 or $3.50, nearly double, with far less content in the base game. Point to Civ 6. Popularity. Civilization 6 averages 40 to 50k players per year, while Civilization 5 to 10k players, mostly thanks to nostalgic YouTube videos. Civilization 6 has more mods, more content, even with fewer DLCs, and a much larger multiplayer community. Point to Civilization 6. And I'm not even mentioned mods that are much more presented in the Civ 6 community. Nevertheless, conclusion. As you see by points, I recommend Civilization 6 to all new players. Consider buying Civ 5 only if you want a much simpler game with fewer mechanics and you're ready for poorly aged graphics. You enjoy retro style gaming and want to see what the series was like in the past. But honestly, if you want retro, I'd recommend you buy Civ 3 or Civ 4 instead. They are much cheaper on GOG and, in my opinion, have much more unique features, comparing especially with Civilization 6. So, there you have it. Hopefully this video finally clears up the misconception that Civ 5 is somehow better than Civ 6. And with that, I'm Stanley. Thanks for watching, and you'll see me in next videos. Bye bye.